Hello, epic viewers from around the multiverse. Prepare to bask in unprecedented glory, because today, another riveting, captivating, stellar unboxing video is about to transpire. What items will I be unboxing? What items will I be opening? Without further ado, without further delay, without further procrastination, allow me to elicit the box. What items are encompassed inside this bulky, hefty, tangible box? Let's find out. So, ample time ago, during the time of antiquity, I bought 3 DC Multiverse action figures. What did I pay for these figurines, you may ask? Well, I paid a grand total of $8 for these 3 DC Multiverse figures. Fortunately, to my relief, they're entangled in bubble wrap. They're engulfed in bubble wrap. One of them just fell out of the bubble wrap. I shouldn't have tried to maneuver them all out at the same time, so I apologize about that. Hopefully it didn't damage or scuff his cape. We'll see. Now this figurine, I believe, is Superman Doomed. He looks like a fusion between Superman and Doomsday. He has a menacing, intimidating, cunning, conniving, demonic, sadistic appearance. He looks like he's poised for battle and ready to ravage his adversaries and beat them to bloody pulp. I love his cape. It's quite flimsy. It's comprised of rubber. This figure has a diaphragm joint, so he could ascend and descend his diaphragm. He could ascend and descend his appendages. Unfortunately, to my dismay, he's devoid of double-jointed knees and double-jointed elbows. He also lacks finger joint articulation, and he lacks an ankle rocker or an ankle pivot. So his articulation is finite, but he does possess articulation in all the requisite areas. What I detest about this figurine is he has 2 open hands. It would have been nice if he had 2 fisted hands, or 2 semi-fisted hands, or 2 hands with semi-clenched together fingers that could wield weapons. So it's cool that he has spikes protruding out. He has a nifty, novel design, but it just looks like he could have been improved in terms of articulation and in terms of his design. He could have been a bit more burly and a bit more bulky. He could have been heftier, so not a bad figurine. I guess I can't complain. I paid less than $3 for him. Remember, the grand total was $8, and when you divvy up the cost by the 3 figurines, you get under $3 per figure. So if you want to be technical, I paid $2.33 for, actually I paid slightly more than that. I believe slightly over $2.66. Does that sound about right? Yeah, it does. So $2.66, close to $3 for this figure. I believe he's retailed for 20 plus tax. So next we have the Lex Luthor figurine in the prison jumpsuit. I love his sculpt. I don't fancy his cosmetics, to say the least. He has this vacant expression. His handcuffs are comprised of plastic as opposed to metal. They're removable at your own discretion. You could just wrap them around his wrists if you so choose to. What else? His chains are not detachable, so you could remove his leg cuffs if you so choose to, and his handcuffs, but the chain around his waist is seemingly glued to his body, so that's unfortunate. Not really a terribly exciting figurine. This is probably the utmost worst Lex Luthor action figure I have. Now, why do I say that? Well, his attire is just boring. It doesn't stand out or anything. It's not aesthetically appealing. is just bland, is ugly, and he doesn't even look like Lex Luthor too much. He looks more realistic rather than comic book-esque. So the Doom Superman figurine, or the Superman Doom figurine, is definitely better in my opinion. Let's look at the final figurine in the lot. Now here is a highlight of the lot. Here is a quintessential figurine within the lot. Now, just like his counterparts, his articulation is relatively finite. It's nice that he possesses a diaphragm joint, but his articulation is not on par with Toy Biz Marvel Legends action figure. He lacks double jointed knees and double jointed elbows. He lacks an ankle rocker. He lacks a disc joint in his neck. His head can't be articulated. That's a missed opportunity on Mattel's end. He's supposed to come with a torch. I don't know what happened. Maybe it fell. Whatever, it's okay. He has spikes protruding out of his belt, and bracelets, and ankle bracelets. So that's a nice little novelty. He's bare. He's lacking a shirt or a vest or any type of wardrobe, and he's even lacking shoes. I like his visor. I love the crimson red color scheme going on. It looks a bit like Cyclops' visor. He's definitely better, in my opinion, than the DC Direct Mutant Leader figure. This one seems to be a bit taller, and he's a good army builder character, so not a bad lot. For $266 per figure, I can't complain. Someone was likely unfortunate enough to pay $60 plus tax for these figures, and he must have sold them at a net loss. So even with the shipping, it was $266 per figure. So I guess you could say I'm one elated, one jovial, one satisfied, one gleeful, one happy customer. Because at the end of the day, when I look back, I have 3 figures in near mint condition, in which I paid under $3 for per figure. So I'm not complaining. But if you don't have these figures, and you can always get them on eBay. If you don't buy them, you're not really missing out on much. I recommend buying the DC Universe Classics action figures if you want to buy DC figures. I don't really recommend buying any of the new figures. And if you want to get into Marvel Legends, don't buy the Hasbro ones, buy the Toy Biz ones. Yes, they may be more pricey, even though they retailed for substantially less than the Hasbro Marvel Legends figures, but they're better in all facets. They're better in terms of their sculpts, details, hues, decos, accessories, shadings, textures, designs, and their Build-A-Figures are superior, so can't go wrong. So once again, I'm satisfied, and I hope that you deemed this video to be enthralling and insightful. Have a wonderful, marvelous day. Goodbye.